Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to do a Blu-ray review of the horror film by the name of The Demented. This film is directed by a guy by the name of Christopher Roosevelt, and he wrote and directed the film, and it stars actors and actresses such as Kayla Uhl, Richard Konk, Ashley Bryan, and Sarah Butler. And just so you guys know, this is my first ever Blu-ray movie review, so pretty much what I'm going to do is, in the first few minutes of this video, I'll give you my initial thoughts and opinions and views on just the film itself, and then after I give you my opinions on the actual film, then I will give you my review of the actual Blu-ray transfer and whether or not it's worth upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray. So without any further ado, let's go and get to it, shall we? So the plot of the film titled The Demented for the year of 2013, directed by Christopher Roosevelt, is very simple. In general, it's pretty much a zombie film. We have a terrorist attack that has come upon the U.S. They launched a biological weapon turning humans into sort of these rabies-like zombie creatures that are frozen in time, and the only way they actually move is if they hear you. Once they hear you, their arms start to move around a lot, and then they come running full speed towards you, and we have a group of 5 or 6 survivors, and they're pretty much trying to survive from these rabies-like zombies. And that's pretty much the plot of the horror film by the name of The Demented for the year of 2013. Overall, my thoughts and opinions on this horror film, I really loved this one. I thought it was great, a really cool zombie film. Let's talk about some of the reasons why I liked it so much. Well, it had kind of, a generic plot, it wasn't a bad thing, it wasn't really a drawback or anything, but the plot is kind of generic, it's your average, zombie, these are rabies coming after people. But what made it stand out from other zombie films such as this, a lot of zombie films, become very generic and cliche after a while. What made this one stand out was the way that the zombies are frozen in time. They literally used that, technique and that unique ability to their advantage in full, and I like that in general because, it was really unique, the people having to sneak by the zombies, and the zombies only actually heard them, if they were loud, and that's the only time the zombies would come after them, or if the zombies just saw you, of course they'd come after you, but mainly they would only come after you if they actually heard your footsteps, or heard your voice, or heard you throw an object, or make any sort of sound, and that's what I really liked about it a lot. Was I felt it was a really unique and original concept, not a huge concept in the film, but a very, good concept that I felt had a good advantage and had its full work of use in the 2013 horror film by the name of The Demented. I also thought that this film had some nice death scenes in it. It had some nice blood in there, had some nice gore in there. I wouldn't say there's like an over excessive amount of gore that you see in a lot of zombie films. And I do love, don't get me wrong, I do love my blood, guts, and intestines and that sort of thing. I mean, who doesn't? But this film does have a decent, and I do say, there is a lot of blood in this film, though there's not an over excessive amount in it where they're just using blood for blood's sake. There's enough blood to let you know that it's a zombie film, and there are some really good death scenes that overall I really enjoyed. Another great thing about this film is that it doesn't take too long for things to get started. Probably 10, 15 minutes in, all the tension starts, and that's why I enjoyed the film so much. I mean, you have these kids, getting ready to go to college. They're trying to, have one last, day or one last weekend of, a great fun experience before they have to go start their lives and work in college and that sort of thing. And I like the vibe of that, getting away from everything. And all of a sudden it goes from that to a zombie film. And it doesn't take too long for the zombies to show up. Maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes, maybe, 15, 16, 17 minutes at most. And then the zombies start showing up. And so the tension doesn't take too long to come. And then from there on out and through the rest of the horror film, with the name of The Demented for the year of 2013, it just gets, the tension just keeps going up and up and up. And it never backs down. And it never gets boring. And it never, lays itself down easy, and that's why I liked it so much, is because the tension kept at a good pace. I felt that there were also several references to other older horror films back in the day, such as several references to the Michael Myers film, back in 1980, I believe that's when it came out, with the name of Halloween, several times when the zombies are like busting through windows and stuff. It just reminded me of Michael Myers, coming through doorways, coming through windows, being able to break down doors with relative ease, and that just reminded me of that when the zombies would have stuff like that. There are also obvious references to other zombie horror films, such as Night of the Living Dead, back from 1958, I believe, or maybe it was, I think it was the 1960s. I sort of forget when that film came out sometimes. But nonetheless, several references to Night of the Living Dead. Other references also to Dawn of the Dead, back in the 1970s, I believe. So you especially when the zombies are like frozen outside, you can obviously tell, the house out in the middle of nowhere. That's an obvious reference to Night of the Living Dead, back in its day. The little black and white horror film. And then several times with the people running around with axes taking out the zombies. Another obvious reference to, Dawn of the Dead back from the 1970s. So overall, a really cool zombie film that I really enjoyed, and I have absolutely nothing bad to say about it. And that's pretty much my thoughts, opinions, and views upon the 2013 horror film by the name of The Demented. Now let's talk about the actual Blu-ray transfer. Is this film worth getting on Blu-ray? Is it worth upgrading from the DVD transfer over to the Blu-ray transfer? Well, before I talk about that, let's just show you guys what the Blu-ray consists of. This is the front cover. Apparently, it's the co-producer of Nightmare on Elm Street in the year of 1984. It comes with both the Blu-ray and the DVD combo pack, so it comes with both. So if you don't have a Blu-ray player, don't worry. It comes with the DVD. I'll open that up. That way you guys can see. Here we have the DVD on this side, and we have the Blu-ray on this side. And that's that. And then we close that up. I'll show you guys the back cover. On the back it says, an intense infection thriller, and that's from the Daily Dead website. This is actually a really good horror website. There we have Sarah Butler on the cover. And it says it's produced by Stephen Monroe, the director of I Spit on Your Grave 1 and then 2, coming out later on, I believe September 24th on DVD this year. Looking forward to seeing that one. Anyways, it does not come, one of the lackluster things about this DVD, it does not come with any special features. No deleted scenes, no commentaries, no special horror featurettes, nothing of the sort. It's just a bare bones, a lot of times, they put the special features on the Blu-ray. Not in this case. There is absolutely nothing on this Blu-ray besides the movie itself and, of course, subtitles and audio and stuff like that. But, so, as special features goes, a 0 out of 5 because it doesn't come with anything. Film at itself, a 5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed the film. And as for the Blu-ray transfer, just so you guys know, before I actually talk about the Blu-ray transfer, I'm really skeptical when it comes to Blu-ray. I'm not real big on spending an extra $5 or $6 just for a Blu-ray. I know some of them are cheap. I know sometimes they can even be cheaper than a DVD, but I'm just not real big on the Blu-ray thing. To me, it doesn't make that much big of a difference. In all honesty, sometimes it makes the colors a little more brighter than they actually should be, and sometimes it makes the colors give it sort of an unnatural look, an almost too glossy or a too fake look for a person such as me. But if you're into the Blu-ray thing, let me talk as if I was actually into the Blu-ray thing. So if I was to say that I was big on Blu-ray, I would say this is actually a really good transfer. Probably a nice solid 4 out of 5 star transfer. This has, the colors are very bright, especially when you look at like the green grass, very bright green, almost greener than grass actually is. The people's faces look more of a tan color when they're actually probably more white, more of a Caucasian color instead of actually more tan. But, and then towards the end of the film, there's scenes with them like going, I don't want to give too much away, but there's scenes of them going upstairs, and there's like this green railing that really sticks out, where it's a really dark scene, but the green railing really sticks out. So like I said, the colors look really good, they're really glossy, really bright. But like I said, Blu-ray gives colors sort of an almost unnatural effect, where in real life, these colors really don't look like that. They're not really that bright. And then but like I said, the big parts of the Blu-ray that really stick out are the first 20, 30 minutes of the film where they're out by the house, the grass sticks out, when they're actually driving out to the house. During all of those scenes, that's when the Blu-ray actually sticks out, but the rest of it, it starts to get to very dark corridors and scenes like that, with the zombies coming at them. But for me at least, I don't watch the film for the Blu-ray transfer. About 15 minutes in, I actually really forgot that it was even a Blu-ray because I got so enticed and so involved in the actual plot of the film itself, and I was loving the film so much that I could really care less even if I watched it on Blu-ray. But if you are a Blu-ray buff, I definitely would recommend getting this on Blu-ray because the transfer is pretty darn nice. But for a person as much as me, Blu-ray is not really a big deal for me. It's more of an added accessory or an added bonus. But if you're big on Blu-ray, go ahead and pick it up. Anyways, Blu-ray transfer, solid 4 out of 5. Film itself, 5 out of 5. Overall, really enjoyed it. though like I said earlier, no special features. Anyways, that's my review, my Blu-ray review of the 2013 horror film by the name of The Demented. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to that page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.